You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White sports supporters. Well, let's talk about Shedeur Sanders again. And to a lesser extent, we're going to talk a little bit about the fact that, well, you know, Cam Ward was the number one overall pick, and he was also a quarterback. How does he fit in the Shedeur Sanders saga? My God, say that fast 3 times. Well, he fits there, unfortunately, by being ignored. And this is times that I actually do agree with and align with Mike Florio. Mike Florio called out Mel Kiper and ESPN over this bullshit. And we'll get to that in a minute because it was really embarrassing last night. Louis Riddick, Mel Kiper Jr. losing their minds over Shedeur Sanders not only not being drafted, but, I mean, Cam Ward's about to be the number one overall pick, and we're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders. It's wild. However, we may have some insight into when it is Shedeur is going. All right? He is now favored to be the first pick of the second round. All right? So this is rather interesting. Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders is still available after the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. The betting odds are correct. He won't be available for long. Sanders is a favorite to go first tonight with the 33rd overall pick in the draft via the odds at FanDuel. The Browns own that pick, and it's possible they could trade it. But they're currently listed as a minus 160 favorite to draft Sanders. Interesting. And I'm going to tell you what's interesting. There's been a lot of fire around Tyler Shough there. A lot of fire. So this is, I mean, it was already an interesting storyline, but now Tyler and Shedeur are tied together in this thing. For much of the college football season, Sanders was the betting favorite to be the first overall pick in the draft. But the more NFL teams scrutinized Sanders in the pre-draft process, the more a consensus emerged that teams were not high on him as previously believed. If the Browns were to take Sanders, he would join a quarterback room that includes 3 first-round picks, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Deshaun Watson. Yikes. Joe Flacco's the only one I would take there. And the hope in Cleveland would be that Sanders would become a franchise quarterback who helps the team move on from the disaster of swinging and missing on Watson. So, that leads us over to Pro Football Talk on X right here. And I'm pretty certain these are all Florio when anything's posted. Not when anything's posted, but when there's an event going on like this, he tends to be the one, I think, that posts on here. Mel Kiper seems to be personally offended that Shedeur Sanders hasn't been drafted yet. The next one, Cam Ward has been ignored for weeks, and now he's about to be drafted, and Mel Kiper is talking about Shedeur Sanders. The one thing I will give Pro Football Talk, they hate ESPN as much as the rest of us. They loathe them. And Mike is not afraid to call out ESPN on their shit. Because Sanders' agent paid him to glaze. Let's call it like it is. Well, they paid him a lot of money to talk him up, talking about Kiper and ESPN. Very interesting. I mean, seriously. Yeah, a lot of people are personally offended. Why? I don't understand this. Why are people personally offended? They're acting like Shedeur is trash. Nobody is actually taking victory laps. It is what it is. I mean, come on. Well, to be fair, Mel Kiper Jr. was supposed to retire when Jimmy Clausen turned into a bust. That's right. I forgot about that. Mel Kiper was real high on Jimmy Clausen. Ugh. Hindsight being 2020, that did not work out so well. That did not work out so well for Mel at all. Live look at Mel without a hairpiece after every pick isn't Sanders. The glazing must end. His payment goes down each pick. Oh, Yikes. Mel Kiper is so yesterday. Man, I don't think I turned it over there. Maybe I did for half a second. Of course, Mel has got the helmet hair going on. Always perfect. Mel Kiper gets handles direct from Dion. Kiper's a putz, and Shedeur will not be a good quarterback. Well, I will say this. Are there things that worry me about him on every? Oh, it's priceless. Frank Caliendo, of course, as Mel Kiper. I mean, Todd. Oh, it's classic. It really is. It's good stuff. Wow. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. That is nuts. I mean, it really is crazy. Uh, People, yeah. Shedeur has been Mel's QB1 since this time last year. It's really embarrassing for ESPN. Yeah. Embarrassing coverage from Mel Kiper, ESPN. So damn disrespectful to Cam Ward. Mel is right. Dick writing worse than Shannon Sharp's consensual girlfriend. Damn. Shots fired. Mel is unwatchable and shameful. I think Kiper may have gotten some of that NIL money. Oh, he gets paid by these groups to hype. Mel is old and out of touch. Can he retire? I did not watch them last night. I had NFL Network going here on the laptop, and I had Todd McShay over on the big TV. But wow, that's interesting. Now, back to Shedeur in Cleveland. There is one thing that I will say. Shedeur is mainly a pocket passer, okay? He does process well. He does read the field pretty well, and he's very accurate. These are things that Kevin Stefanski can work with, all right? If he's going to work Shedeur, it would be with a guy like Stefanski. Why? Look, Shedeur's ceiling is Kirk Cousins. All right. I think that if all the stars align, he will be Kirk Cousins. All right. And Kirk Cousins has had a hell of an NFL career, a long NFL career, and has been a very solid starter. And at times he's flashed, 4-time Pro Bowler. I think he's got 40,000 passing yards now. So, that would turn out. Cleveland could only hope that that's what they got because they got a quarterback for 12 or 15 years, if that's the case. Now, the issue I've got with that selection by Cleveland is it being in Cleveland. Shedeur does not have a real strong arm at all. It's an average to slightly below average arm. In the wind, in the rain, in the elements, yikes. Okay, so that's something to think about there. Like Tyler Shough would be my quarterback in that because he could cut right through all that weather. He's got a gun on him. He's mobile. I don't know why everybody keeps bringing up his age. Who cares? If he's good, he can play 10 or 12 years. That's all there is to it. And he's got a ton of experience. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, though. When the odds makers start making proclamations like that, they know something. So if I had to guess, Shedeur's going to go to the Browns today, right off the bat. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.